This is it. This is Nazareth. Nazareth. Nazareth is not mentioned in the Torah, but it is mentioned 14 times in the New Testament. Nazareth is a city, a town, a village in Lower Galilee. And it is covered up with the place name Maltahi. Maltahi is divided into two sections. There is an upper section and a lower section. The upper section of Maltahi is Nazareth. The lower section, it has not been identified yet, but it is clear that it is an ancient city. Luke chapter 4, verses 14 to 16, it reads, Joshua returned to Galilee in the power of the Spirit, and news about him spread through the whole countryside. He was teaching in their synagogues, and everyone praised him. He went to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and on the Sabbath day he went into the synagogue, as was his custom. This is Nazareth. Nazareth is located in Africa, in Namibia, Southwest Africa, in the Hardap region. Nazareth is a town of Galilee, and it is the home of Mary. Nazareth is located in Lower Galilee, which is also called Asia Minor. Nazareth is in the upper part of Lower Galilee. It is situated at a distance of 58 miles southwest of the Sea of Galilee. The Hebrew word for Nazareth is Neser, spelled N-E-S-E-R. It is the every word written with the every letters N-S-R. Many scholars claim the meaning of Nazareth is obscure, and Nazareth is commonly defined as a branch. But this is incorrect. This is not the meaning of Nazareth. The proper meaning of Nazareth in Hebrew is here or son that is separated unto God. This is seen in the every letter N, which is Nun, and the meaning is here or son. And it is seen in the every letter S, which is Shin. And this means two front teeth, which is used to divide and separate, thus giving the meaning separate. And it is further seen in the every letter Resh, the every letter R, which gives the meaning of head or high, and this is in reference to God. So Neser, which is Nazareth, the proper meaning is the person that has separated himself unto God. There was a sect in the first century and prior called the Nazarenes during the time of Joshua, and Joshua himself was called a Nazarene. In Acts chapter 24, verse 5, Paul is called a Nazarene. Nazarene comes from Nazarite, and Nazarites, they were a people separated unto God for a special assignment, and this is the meaning of the Hebrew word Nazar, which is Nazareth. One main feature of Nazareth is that it has cemeteries around the city. The cemeteries are the borders of the city. Nazareth is small. It is a small city or village in Galilee. The evidence for the true location of Nazareth is that Nazareth is situated in a mountainous terrain, which is southwest of the Sea of Galilee. It is near Mount Tabor. And Mount Tabor is in the Jezreel Valley. Mount Tabor is southwest of Nazareth. Nazareth is near the Jordan River. Nazareth has cemeteries that are still visible today. Nazareth is in the tribe of Zebulun, and it overlaps with the tribe of Naphtali. Nazareth is located in Galilee, in Lower Galilee, in the upper part of Lower Galilee. Nazareth is located east of the Lebanon mountain range, the snow-capped Lebanon mountain range. The The following are just a few elements that authenticate the true location of Nazareth. These elements they are the Sea of Galilee, mountainous terrain, Mount Tabor southwest of Nazareth and set at a distance of 60.9 miles. The Jezreel Valley, located south of Nazareth. The Jordan River, located east of Nazareth. The snow-capped Lebanon mountain range, set at a distance of 31.9 miles southwest of Nazareth. The tribe of Zebulun, the tribe of Naphtali, Lower Galilee, Cilicia, set at a distance of 65 miles north of Nazareth. Capernaum, approximately 55 miles north of Nazareth. Tarsus, approximately 65 miles north of Nazareth. Pamphylia, approximately 109 miles north of Nazareth. The Atlantic Ocean, west of Nazareth. Samaria, southeast of Nazareth. And there are many, many more sites that authenticate the true location of Nazareth. These elements must be present at the same time as they authenticate the true location of Nazareth in Namibia, southwest Africa, in the Hardap region. Nazareth, it lay in the hills southwest of Galilee, and it had a population around 400 to 600 people. This means everyone in Nazareth knew everyone else. Nazareth has porous, soft limestone bedrock. It was a small village in Galilee. The people of Nazareth were essentially farmers, so they needed space between the houses for their livestock and for their enclosures, as well as land for the plants and vegetation. Nazareth has underground tombs built in limestone rocks, and the tombs, they surround the city, giving the city a border. The houses in Nazareth, they were cold and damp in the winter, and in the summer, the nights were so hot and humid that many slept on top of the roof. Nazareth is the town, the village, where Yeshua grew up. Yeshua took the occupation of a carpenter while living in Nazareth. Rabbinic literature indicates that if there was a problem in the village and no rabbi was available to resolve the issue, the question was asked, where is a carpenter or a son of a carpenter? This occupation was a highly respected trade, and therefore it was associated with the skill ability to resolve issues of life. In fact, so highly respected were carpenters that when a scholar or rabbi walked into a room, the carpenter at work did not have to stand to honor the rabbi, but everyone else had to stop whatever they were doing to stand and honor the rabbi. This is Nazareth, situated in mountainous terrain of the tribe of Zebulun of the Galilee district. This is where Joshua earned his living in the manual trade of Joseph, and this was the custom for young men. Nazareth is not located in the Middle East. Nazareth is not located in Ethiopia. Nazareth is not located in South Africa. Nazareth is located in Namibia, Southwest Africa, in the Hardap region. Sephoras is a city, a village, a town that authenticates the true location of Nazareth. Sephoras is covered up with the place name Namsta. Sephoras was the capital of Galilee in the time of Joshua. Elements that authenticate the true location of Sephoras are the following: Roman roads, water springs or basins, and Sephoras is situated on the bank of the sea. Another element is the colonnade roads. These are roads that have colonnade pillars. The columns on these roads, many of them are still visible today. And another element is the capital, Sephoras being the capital of Galilee. And this was during the time and reign of Herod Antipas. Sephoras has many water springs or water basins that irrigates the valley that Sephoras is set in. Another city, town, or village that authenticate the true location of Nazareth is Capernaum. Capernaum is covered up with the place name Schlip, spelled Schlip. The woe spoken by Joshua against Capernaum has been fulfilled to the utmost, and we find this woe in Matthew chapter 11, verse 23, and in Luke, chapter 10, verse 15. When Joshua finally departed from Nazareth, he dwelt in Capernaum, and we find that in Matthew, chapter 4, verse 13. And Joshua, he made Capernaum his main center of his activity. Nearby in Capernaum, Joshua, he called fishermen. He called these men to follow him. And we find this in Mark chapter 1, verse 16. And the publican, the one that's from the receipt customs, mentioned in Matthew chapter 9, verse 9. Joshua called him as well to follow him. Capernaum was the scene of many mighty works from Joshua. It is in Capernaum that Joshua healed the centurion's son, and he healed the nobleman's son. He healed Simon Peter's mother-in-law, and he healed the paralytic. Elements that verifies the true location of Capernaum are the following. Capernaum sits on the bank of the Sea of Galilee. There is a synagogue in Capernaum, and it's still visible today. There are Roman roads that run through the city. Capernaum had 2 synagogues, and Capernaum was surrounded by water. It is a fishing town. Capernaum is just one piece of evidence that verifies the true location of Nazareth. Sephoras is another piece of evidence that verifies the true location of Nazareth. This is Nazareth, and its true location is in Namibia, Southwest Africa, in the Hardap region.